Hi guys, on my video, and today I'll be doing a deck profile for the newly updated deck profile for Unica / Bico due to the new Masque. So yeah, you don't necessarily have to play a Bico Masque to quote-unquote upgrade Unica, because there is a common card that actually supports Unica more than Bico. I think that card is not that bad, but it's a bit soul charging heavily for that card. It should be high rolly as well, so yeah. But before we get into that profile, I did went to a WGP Deluxe Singapore Season 1 yesterday. And yeah, I got the deluxe sleeves. I did bought the deluxe sleeve as well, but that was for my friend, so yeah. Got the blast flavor one, the odd art. There is the winner PR, the regular one, and the Eva one. I bought one of each. Of course, again, the deluxe one was my friend's. I'm 100% keeping the Eva, and then I'm selling then the Teguila and the blast flavor is to sell. So yeah. And also, I didn't do very well for WBGP yesterday, due to the fact that Eva was being a very tsundere to me. My opening hand has either too much orders, or the fact that my grade 3 orders, and my grade 3 top 5 search, not just like once, even with the cycle to do it twice, has not been nothing but minimally 1 to 2 orders and 3 to 4 triggers. Like, I literally has top 5, all I saw as triggers or like order card to the point that I can't even call anything out, and I literally just have no choice but to just die do stuff. And the fact that my opponent playing Chrono Jets, heal from 2 to 0, pushing me all the way to 4. Yeah, it wasn't a good experience for me, due to the fact that Eva was being a fucking tsundere the entire time. The best part was, play testing the deck, it was actually really well. It did very well against Gandiva, and quite decently against Chrono Jet. Apart from the fact that Chrono Jet usually sack a bit too much, even if they have like 1 or 2 triggers left in their deck. And that's on turn 3 where they have like this power of card left in deck. So yeah, enough of me complaining. We'll get into a deck profile. And I'll also again probably do an update for Eva as well, since I do like the new build, but there's also like 3 different builds that I have thought of for Eva. For our right line, so obviously this is the usual, but for the fact that we are playing the Mashiro crit as our grade 0 starter, because sometimes it's better or more preferable to have the crit. They have guaranteed 1 crit in your soul, so that you're guaranteed that 1 retire for that 1 buy-in. So you don't have to high roll for like 1 extra more. So yeah. And of course the grade 1 to soul charge and draw on right. And also buying 1 crit for plus 10k, woman's grade 3 or greater. The Lina, when return ball, call herself and the grade 1 out, and can CB1 to put 2 triggers from drop into soul plus 5k. And then our Unica, that's it. For grade 3s, we run 4 Xeno Almagesta Astroya Bico Masque. The first effect is continuous. This card can only be written upon by a grade 3 with Astroya in its name. Second effect, act when once per turn. Cause remove a card with Astroya in its name other than this card from your hand, so or drop. Choose one opponent's rearguard, retire. For this turn, this unit get drive +1. Auto event, and this unit attacks. CP1, so +3. Bind all crit triggers, so plus by this cost. Choose one for your rearguard, stand, and for every 2 crit trigger in your bind zone for this turn, this unit and that unit get +5k. It's basically like quote-unquote a multi-attacker version. It loses the crit pressuring from base, but gains a multi-attacking, and does make very big columns, bigger than Unica. But it lost the really strong crit pressuring in exchange for a resetting Vanguard, which I find is a bit disappointing, but it's not bad, it's actually quite good. But the problem is, just because it loses the crit pressuring, you lose quite a bit of like momentumly to try to quote pressure and rush. Thus, the best thing to do is, whether you're going first or second, stay on Unica and push your opponent to like 3 to 4 if you can. If not, GG good game, I guess. But usually I will try to stay in Unica until our opponent is like around 3 to 4 during their turn 2 turn, so that I can ride into, so I can Masque change into Bico to easily like force him to drop more hands, since it will be quite big the Clean Persona, right? And one of our grade 2, you will get quite big as well, very big, like reach about 60-70k plus. But the thing is, it's only like 1 crit, so the next grade 3 is of course Unica. Well, we need to clear for the cost, and sometimes, surprisingly, you might want to change back from Bico back into Unica instead, because you know you might have enough CB or you get CB denied. Sometimes right, it's better to grind into this. Afterwards, it's either you can run into this to kill with using Unica, or if you need soul, you have another Bico in your hand, right? Then Masque effect to ride again to Persona, right? And then you get like 3 soul instantly for Bico effect, unless you want to remove this from the soul, or unless you have to remove this from the soul, but usually you might have one in your hand or maybe in the drop as well. So yeah, but you can still remove from the soul, because you can other regards to replenish your soul as well. But yeah, because sometimes it's still better to go into a base Unica instead, because a few games my opponent has like damage enemy or I non CB, I'll just rope into Unica and just kill my opponent. That's it. Our last grade 3 will be the Masque. Fucking expensive card. I was lucky that the person that I bought from sold for like 35, since I bought the Dark State play set. Very luckily, never helped my friend buy, because he also need Masque for his Greedon in the future. The thing is, on play top 5, search for a unique card with Masque or Dragon Tree, review it, add it to your hand, X drop. If you do not have a grade 3 Vanguard with Masque in its name, review a Masque grade 3 from your hand, write the reviewed card as stand. If written, put this card into your soul. If a woman's grade 3 or greater, if you did not Persona Ride this turn, you activate Persona Ride. Yeah, that's it. Basically, cross ride by battle. Okay, 2. We play 2 Skull Kamada. Effect, when this unit is placed on real, counter +1, so +1. So you gain put a Dragon Tree marker onto a real without a Dragon Tree marker, and search your deck for a Mask of Hugegram. We put add it to your hand. It's our Dragon Tree marker generator and our Mask Searcher, but only play 2 due to the fact that 1 CB. You don't have any CC, so it's very hard to play more than a lot of CC. But mostly because it's not on the CC part, but mostly because of the soul part, because you don't generate a lot of soul in most situation unless your hand or reel is so good that you are able to soul charge or recall your soul a lot. But normally you won't have that. You have to be quite careful with your soul. So only play 2 of Camera. So yeah, of course you need to search for a Masque, but like you can play 3. Yeah, just saying, I only play 2 because I feel comfortable with 2 for now, because it's mainly for a Masque generator, because most of the time Masque will either be in my hand or will be in drop, just because I can just discard it, or it's because it's in damage I heal it out. So yeah, but you can play 3 or 4 if you're scared of not being able to consistently search out. But for me, it'd be 2. Then let's grade 2 is our main bit stick. Huragan Manticore. If you have two or more trigger in your binding zone plus 10k, your main build stick 20k beater, 30k on persona, 35 on persona and dragon tree marker. Yeah, very fat. And one of our best units, Kids Burp Griffin, or the Burp. On place, recall 2 triggers on drop, and it also plus 5k power, 5k shield, 10k or 10k defense, 15k attacker. So yeah, always good, and it's a free soul recursion as well. And then we play 2 a clean sweeper, because 1 Eva, 2 we need to make full use of the persona, and only that, it also, apart from Manticore, is also a very strong beat stick as well. Manticore is a 10, 20, 35. King Sweeper is a 25, 35, 40. It's a 40 beat stick, and this is a 35. About the same as 5k more if you only get you suck 3. So yeah. Again, but CVE is slight a problem since we do not have CC. But if you can have him, you can personalize, and you have to see the situation that you can use it. Use it. It's a good beat stick and removal as well. Of course, we have the for PGs, can you say? And we do play 2 Demon Strider. He's mainly just a Dragon Tree marker maker. We don't care about the second skill. We just care about the CV1 gain a Dragon Tree marker, because this requires a soul for marker, but it does search out Masque. But sometimes it's better to just CV1 for marker. Of course, if you don't want to play Schneider, you can always play 2 more Kamindra, or 1 more Kamindra and 1 more Manticore. It's of preference, but for now I do like Schneider because it's also a AK booster at times for needs, because Schneider is a grade 2 and I don't really want a grade 2 rearguard that's him on the attacker, because I'll mainly have Dyna and 1 column, and do Dyna 1 column and Sparta behind her, or maybe behind another column, or but because I mainly want Manticore or Kisburg or King Sweeper as our main beat stick, so having him there is a bit awkward. So but it is such but he searched out for Mars, that's the reason why I put him in. But I still prefer Schneider due to the fact that it's a grade 1 and he can produce marker instead. But if you don't like Okan, you don't like him, you can replace and play 2 more or 1 of each. So yeah. Then play 2 Twin Marvel. It's fine. I'm not a big fan of him. I feel like removing him out for like other stuff. Skill is auto rear once per turn. When you select 3 or more from your Vanguard's ability cost, look at the top card of the deck, put it to your soul or at the top of the deck, and plus 2k for the turn. Yeah, it's kind of stack. So yeah, again, if you don't want to play him, you can always remove for these 2, or 1 or 2 of this, or remove for him, or you can just remove, or if you like him, you can remove Schneider for maybe 1 each, depending, or maybe remove him for Inhale Pit as well if you prefer that, since Inhale Pit does recur. But the problem with Inhale Pit is that it requires a grade 1 or more in soul for us to use a skill. So yeah, this does guarantee us a soul or guarantee us a hit on a trigger, depending. Or you put a trigger in your soul, and so yeah. We do play 2 Lin. I do really like Lin a lot. Top 2, look at on place real top 2, put 1 to soul, 1 to bottom deck. Really like it. And 2 Iron. Again, you can always replace Team Marvel for more iron, or replace Team Marvel for more iron, but again, preferences. 2 iron is fine, maybe 3 is okay, but I think 2 is fine for now. But if you want to see more, you can always definitely remove 1 Schneider for 1 more iron, or maybe completely remove Team Marvel for 4 iron, depending. But for now, I think this is fine. upgrade one is quite janky, just 2 offs for everything. So yeah. For heals, not much of a difference. The great heal, the crit heal, 2 generic base heal, 3 reflect front, the over trigger for now, I say Gomigan is better since you do gain power on your Vanguard more than Unica. This Unica is quite small with Vanguard, but with Gimendo you always get extra 10k. So if you have 4 in bind, your personal artisan, your 13, 23 persona, 33 with skill, and 43 with Gimendo, US 43 2 crit. So yeah, this is your only way to get crit pressure in the deck, so that's why Gimendo is better. But again, you can always replace it for Ovaria or any generic OT, but due to the fact that it lacks crit pressuring, Gimendo is the best for the deck right now. And the crit is where the most important part comes in. You have to play 1 Aya, 1 Nanami, 1 Mocha, 1 Tomoe, 1 Chuchu, 1 Pario, and 1 Akko, because boundary crits are the way to go, boys. Why play effect crits for the soul if you can play boundary crits waifu instead? Okay, joke aside, effect crits are fine. You can do play effect crits, but I would most rather prefer to have better booster behind and not just Despero play effect crit to suck into soul just for the skill. And I usually prefer to guard using my crits so that I can recur them from drop if using Iram, Kisburg, or Dinah, depending. So yeah, that's it for the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll maybe see you guys next time with a deck profile for my Eva. This is 4.0, I guess. So yeah, bye bye.